Hello and welcome to the STB race for the UK for the season 25 Belgium Grand Prix on a Wednesday evening here, wherever you are, for this Tier 3 lobby if die. Final race of the week before we jump into Monza for next week. Here we are in the Ardennes. Off we go. We're going to stay on board with Jamo. Starting his lap now into turn 1. I forget the turn name of this corner. But nicely, full traction control, slowing him down. Now through Rouge, Radion doesn't really straighten it up very well. But we go through nonetheless. This is Tier 3. DRS enabled down the straight. He's already flashing with his fuel here. Nothing to worry about. Now, doesn't use any entry curb, which naturally makes him lose about a tenth. And now through here, traction control's kicking in fully there. Still manages to have the ball to keep it fully on the throttle. Now, taking the corner wide, putting the ring back in for no name. Don't go wide, easy to do so. Now, Puon, is that Williams going to get out of the way? That is the main question. He stays on the circuit, doesn't invalidate. Is he going to get out of the way? No, he doesn't. There's Mercedes that gets out of the way. This Williams is going to be distracting. I don't know who it is. It could be Avni. Might be Avni, but it's going to give him you might actually give him some slipstream. Nope, gets out of the way, but it's a very late one. And now Jamo, long wait. He's making very erratic movements. He could be smoothing out his inputs. He's making This is costing him time here by this very dodgy movements. Even me on the pad is better than this. Into the spot up chicane, he misses the apex there. Excellent stuff. Doesn't even use the ABS. It didn't even use an ABS. Comes across the line. It's DRS open, and there goes. That's a lot of bullshit. That was you can't do a 41.5 because you missed half of the apexes. Anyway, Nick Mendez, much better driver. Here he is. 1.5 tenths up through the first sector. Aston Martin has binned it. That's Pirlo, unsurprising. Sanz also retires. Nick Mendez, he's shown it how he's done. He's actually lost a little bit of time, but he's still faster than Jamo at this moment in time. Now, down this back straight-ish, isn't straight, through Blanchimont, flat out as you do. Doesn't need all the other half of the track. Swapped a bit of speed off there. Always lost the rear a little bit. That's what happens when you use the ABS. And it comes across the line, just enabled. Is he going to improve? He doesn't enough. He lost a bit of time in the last sector. Next is STB Valdi, but he's down in his first sector because he's not even as good a driver as those two. He's missing apexes here, but he's took that curb. It's a bit, don't know about that. Coming through, I think he's just a Virage one with Virage 2. Oh, he's 4 tenths up. Maldi's on for pole position here. He just needs to keep it in a straight line round this not so very straight line straight. Takes nice. That's how he's supposed to do it. Carry as much speed, don't scrub off too much speed. Get it into the hairpin, keeps it under control. A bit too much throttle in between the last two corners. And it's pole for Maldi. Maldi's on pole out of nowhere. And here comes Avni. He's 3 tenths up. That's nothing for pole position standards. It might just about scrape a P5 if he's found some time in this last sector. And he has. And actually qualifying done. Another side effects out of nowhere. I completely forget about him because he doesn't set a lap time until last fucking second. And then bombs everyone out the fucking window. It's a 41.8. Maldi's fuming. It's a Mercedes 1-2. Just waiting for John to cross the line, and that is our qualifying situation done. There's your pole position in. It's a British 1-2. Neither of them are even running the British flag. We'll go with it. Actually, it's actually a British 1-2-3. How about that? Nick Mendes will be then P4, F at Bolero, P5. Oh, actually, picked up P5 and then you see him get that. Avenue P6, Daleks P7, Nova P8, Infinite P9, Pirello P10, Sant P11, Matador P12, and Sasa and Rafita did not set lap time. Yeah. That's tier 3 for you. 6/10 split top 7, and then from P8 to last is about a 3.5 second gap. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. It is a dry race, as I've been told. No stupid, kind of like, kind of wet, but not quite dry conditions, but no rain. Yeah, it's either not raining and it's too wet, or it's not. It is raining, but it's not wet enough. That's Cody's for you. So we're gonna wait for everyone to sort out the finishing and their strategies. Undercut is powerful around here, but at the same time, you don't want to be sitting duck on the last few laps. So let me just see what everyone does. Obviously, it's tier 3, so I'm not expecting anything too fancy. I think probably. I think what most esports drivers probably would do is probably mediums, hards, or hards and mediums. But I think I won't be surprised some people might start on softs. I know Matador likes his starts on these soft tyres. Quite common to see him do that. Gives you a nice little punch, and then maybe hit around lap 9 for hard tyres. No, medium tyres, which is what I'm on about. Yeah, and then 30 laps to the end, or I say start on the hard on the mediums. But yeah, here we go. Lights are coming up for the drivers now. Sideeffects is on soft tyres. That is an aggressive call. Maldi's on the mediums. Maldi's on the right side. Sideeffects on the left, and lights out. And away we go. Sideeffects gets a great start despite the full traction control. Gets into turn 1, and Maldi's been hit in the rear by the Red Bull. Maldi's just been hit by Nick Mendes. Maldi's got back going again, but he's lost about 5 places off this start here. So Nick Mendes is going to be getting a penalty for that for sure. He's outbraked himself. Right, full traction control. It's followed by full traction control. Here comes F for Bolero. Look at his straight line speeds. Look at him go. And he's having to lift. He's using some absolute insane wings. He's just breezed past him down the straight, but now he's going to have so much struggle through these twisty sections. And some collisions happen in the back. Oh, somebody dive bombers a McLaren. Alex just shoved Alvin out of the way. Maldi's like, I'll take that. Yeah, and there was some collisions with the Ferrari drivers. Not good for them. I wonder what happens in the server of the F1X drivers after the races when they have collisions with each other. Oh! And Nova almost clashes up with Daleks, but had to kind of. Oh, there's lots of wibbling going. Anthony's now going up the inside of Mendes. Alright, it's F at Bolero. Nick Mendes now down to P6. I don't know how that's happened, unless he tried to let Maldi through. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's happened. Or unless it was F for Bolero, but I'm pretty sure it was Nick Mendes that crashed into the back of him. Nick Mendes doesn't look too good on a straight line this time. Unless he just had a really good run, but he had really strong straight line speed. The bike was left to lift off. So, side effects leads lap 1 of 22. Maybe we won't get so many safety cars. Both Ferraris are. I don't know what's happened to them. I don't know why they're so far back. I mean, even for these guys, standards, they shouldn't be 6 seconds back after 1 lap. One second. Right, this driver was especially saying whether he could still race, but I said no. We're already on lap 2. It's too late. About 10 minutes too late, to be honest. Should have been here at least in the middle of the qualifying. But yeah, F Bolero continues on the soft in P3. And Mendes up into P4. Maldi P5, knocking on his way back. Yeah, I think I'm expecting these top 5, top 6 to probably pull away it. So I'm expecting a gap to form as a rear flag. Nova, he's off, he's span, he's kept it out the barriers. But he's off, and that's his, well, that's his race mostly ruined for now. Bolero, because she's at time just coming down. Well, if you make the low wings work, then fair enough, but I think high wings always is. 2020 on F122, low wings was always the way to go, as low as you could dare. This game, I think, is as high as you dare. Trying to run as high wings without losing too much down the straight. With the other 22, it was run as low wings as you dare, without sacrificing too much through the corners. And I think it's just one of those games, really. I think 24, hopefully, will be more of a preference, track dependent, not what you want. But there goes Jamo with the DRS on side effects, races past. Side effects is not being able to take advantage of these soft tyres, and he's opening laps here. Oh, okay. Oh, yellow flags. Oh, hello. Oh, that's sand in the barriers. Yeah. Luckily, he's not got any damage, but no safety car. I'll have that. Sorry, the cat was in my room and I just heard him attack my mum. Well, I say attack, more like pants. Pants, because he likes to just randomly jump at you for no reason. Doesn't scratch you, he just jumps at you. And now Bolero, what the hell? What's happened to Bolero? Is he just now break himself? That's a new line you can take through there, that's for sure. DRS will be enabled for him to help defend against his teammate. But he's just lost himself DRS to the cars in front, unfortunately. So now he's under fire from his teammate, Nick Mendes. DRS will be enabled. Look at the speed he's got. DRS is so powerful. So that's him up into P3 now. Red Bull have swapped their drivers. Probably not intentionally. I assume not. Aldi is chopping off the pace here, unsurprisingly, after almost hitting pole position. Jamo is continuing. Salah's actually managed to get back past Jamo, so it's good for him. Obviously, side effects being on the immediate softs, we expect him to pit quite a bit sooner than Jamo. Jamo probably fits him around lap 10, lap 11. Side effects probably about lap 9. Maybe lap 10 if he wants to stretch him a little bit further, but I think he'd be kind of losing the chance of the undercut. And last thing you want to do is people on mediums pitting for hards and getting a lap undercut while you're crawling around on 70% soft tyres. Nova's picked first one to pick up a time penalty. I haven't even finished lap 4 yet. As Nick Mendes now goes on to charge after the drivers in front, but these drivers are just managing their pace, managing their ERS, both of them around sort of 60% ERS. Nick Mendes is, well, he's used pretty much most of his up, just getting past his teammate. And he's out of DRS, unfortunately. And now he's going to have D rates all the way down the straight. So I expect for Bolero to catch up quite considerably. He's actually out of DRS there. I thought he might be winning it. Look at the speed difference. As Jamo has got back past side effects, these guys are swapping places. They're kind of just aiding each other along. So that starts to replace to Saza. Saza's on the hards, he's going along. So we'll see what he does. I assume he's going to pit for mediums, so I expect him to pit around lap 11 up 12. Any longer, then he's just losing time on those mediums. Oh, Nick Mendes has already got a penalty on lap 5. Not even a quarter way through this race yet. And he's picked up a time penalty. That's going to be hanging over his head for the rest of this race. And it'll be his lower gas as well. And here comes Efe Bolero. He's used a bit of overtake to try and catch up here. And he's gaining all the way down the straight with Nick Mendes with his D-rates. Some yellow flags. Nova's round again. I've never seen anyone. Oh, and he's fixed it to the track. Excellent. I don't think he was stuck either, so I can't think he'd use that as an excuse. These Red Bull cars are catch up to the top two though. I mean, there's actually got up within the second here. That's really good considering he's got no battery. Halifax is going to make back past Jammer here. These guys, Red Bulls, are looking quick. Jammer and Halifax, their full traction is slowing them down, unfortunately. Now they're right up there, chuff now. As you can see, a gap starting to form between 4th and 5th place. Maldi is unfortunately stuck in this battle here. He's in the midfield group, not in the leader group. And yeah, he wants to race in Tier 2. He can't even get a podium in Tier 1 and Tier 3. And there's more yellow flags. Matador is around on its Rafita. On the hard tyres, around. Slippy chicane that is. I'm not gonna deny that. I mean, this track is a very, very bad track to drive on personally. Probably one of my least favourite tracks on the calendar in terms of on this game. Obviously, for real life, banging, but on the game, it's not fun. Not in the recent games anyway. But Nick Mendes actually dropped out of DRS here momentarily. Whether he can get back in it or not, I don't know. I think Nick Mendes, he gains all the time in these traction zones. So he's gained about a tenth, 2/10 through there, and exit the bus up chicane, and then he gains another tenth on at least another tenth on exit here as well. He gains it all on traction. That's where he gains it, but through everywhere else where I guess where the general pace of the drivers are, I think he just loses a bit. But I generally think these traction control slows you down about 3 or 4 tenths a lap. I generally think that. Just by moving it to medium, you probably would gain about 3 or 4 tenths. Just naturally. That's not, you don't even have to do, all you have to do is just manage it slightly. I generally think it's that bad. That's why Nick Mendes has managed to gain so much time through those corners, but then around here, he seems to lose it a little bit, but I think that might be another track send there. So he's lost about a tenth around here. Bolero is actually struggling to keep up here. I think the softs are starting to go off. It is around that time when the softs are going to start struggling. So he's struggling to keep up with his teammate now. Oh, Nick Mendes a bit of a wobble there. So I think that's not really in a position to make a move here. So it isn't making a move. Side effects is looking very close to back and jam here. Those softs are hanging on. Nick Mendes is within DRS of side effects. Watch it's 8 tenths going into here. What's the gap going to be on an exit of this corner? 7.677. Yeah, he's gained a little under a tenth that time through there on the exit of that corner. And then Valera's actually gained a lot of time on Nick Mendes. He was about a second behind, so they put him halfway through the lap. He's now right behind him. And here he is, he's using all of his overtake. But literally Nick Mendes has got nothing left, he has to back out. He's got no battery left to survive on. And for Bolero, these softs are still working, so I'll take that back. They are still working very nicely. But it is a time where they are going to start to suffer a little bit. But yeah, he's Nick Mendes down into P4. Quite rare you see tier 3 in these situations where there's actually a few cars in battles. So it normally gets quite broken up quite quickly in tier 3. It's nice to have some nice battles going on. Getting no moves down there. Not really pace. It's good overtaking opportunity into the such game, but it will only backfire. Going down the Kemmel straight. Moyo flags. Nova has retired from this race. He's out. He's in the barriers. It hasn't caused a safety car. That would have been great for the soft runners. It would have been fine for the medium runners, because the medium runners could have shown them the hard, but for the hard runners, wouldn't be so good. Whereas Bolero pits already. That's a very, very early stop. Lap 8 is quite an early stop. We'll do 40 laps on those mediums, which is sure they can do. Just a long way on those tyres. That extra lap can make a big difference. Maybe it's going for a cheeky undercut. That's Bolero gets past. Parallel. Speaks better to when he's on 8 lap faster tyres. Expected to see side effects coming this lap. So there's a critical time penalty. So, does he come in this lap? Or does he try and hang it out for an extra lap? Try and get some better tyres at the end of the race? He continues. Fair enough, fair enough. Maybe he just wants a bit of extra. Well, if he's in the train, he may as well stay with it. And pit later, and then you have the advantage of better tyres at the end. Expecting these medium runners are probably coming around about nowish as well for the hards, as Infinite's already in the pits. He's going onto the set of hards, so Side Effects has done more laps on the set of softs than he has on the mediums. But that could just be just due to the strategy, isn't it? Excuse me, as Nick Mendes is looking to make a move, but he just doesn't have the battery to do it, does he? This track's not exactly too harsh on its ERS either. Right, expecting some more pit stops in the next lap. Hopefully. Ah. That's Bolero. Picks up a time penalty. That's good news for Nick Mendes. But he probably doesn't know yet. That's Side Effects is starting to struggle to keep up with Jamo here. I think Side Effects needs to pit this lap. He does, yeah. He's starting to struggle. Let's see. 10 laps on those softs. It'll be mediums to the end. I know SideFX doesn't really like the hard tyres. Out comes the Red Bull garage, also for the hard tyres. Hard for Mendes, mediums for SideFX, and also Maldi double stacks. Maldi double stacks. Why is he double stacking? Why is Maldi pit for this lap for a set of hards? Maldi could have done another lap there. He's lost a bit of time by doing that. Probably a good, I think probably about 2 seconds. Infinite now gets the undercut on Maldi. Maldi's going to be out of DRS here. So, Bolero has got a 3-second undercut on SideFX, plus whatever he had when he was behind him. So he's definitely gained a good 4 seconds of undercut there on the last 2 laps, which is pretty decent. Not bad. Oh, Nickman has got another penalty. That's the second one of the race. Not good. Not good at all. And some people around him hadn't even probably got a penalty yet. But now these guys have got fresh tyres and Bolero. And the fire is off, that's Matador. No, it's Rafita. I didn't realise it's certain Matador that far back already. Jamo, if he's going for the hards, I assume to him to pit the slab. But if he's going for softs, I assume he's going to be out for another. Yep, stays out. So he's going to go, I believe, onto the soft tyres. Already makes sense, doesn't it? So just Anthony stays out for another lap. These guys are going to continue. Yes, they're going to get undercut, but I think the race will come back to them later on when they have the better tyres. Oh, and Zala misses the apex there very slightly. Or hurt him around this corner. But he still stays within DRS, but he's used all his battery up just trying to get closer to him. Never mind make the overtake. Anthony's got battery to play with. Here comes Slazer. DRS enabled. Anthony's not using any of his battery around the outside, and he's got the move done. So fair enough. Ours are still working pretty well. They could do about 15, 16 laps. So they're good for a few more laps yet. Those mediums are probably starting to feel it a little bit at this point. So continues to lead the way here. We'll see what the gap is when he comes to make his pit stop. SideFX has got the gap down to about. He's got it down about a second. So look, pace is looking strong considering he's only got 2 lap fresher tyres, but 2 lap fresher tyres is massive around it. He will continue to chase him down. Yeah, he's got a penalty, but remember, SideFX is still battling Jamo here. Jamo is going to be going onto the soft tyres. He's going to be quick at the end of this race. Smarty's looking very close to the back of Infinite here, but nothing to make do of yet. Does Jamo pit? Yes, he does. In the pits he goes. Very, very cautious into the pit lane. Laza continues. Considering he's on the mediums, that is very surprising. SideFX has fast up the race just to put a point in there. Look how much he's gaining SideFX. He's already past turn 1 yet. Jamo, he's not even out the pit lane. That's how massive the undercut is. He is, what, about 4 or 5 seconds, at least 5 seconds behind now. Oh, yeah, it's over 5 seconds now. It's just over 5 seconds. That's how big the undercut is. He's undercut him by 2 laps, and he's got 5 seconds on him. It's almost 6, basically 6 seconds. That's how big the undercut is around here. It's unprecedented. Bolero is even further ahead. But he is now on fresh soft tyres. But can he keep these tyres in good condition to continue to build on this and make the moves when he needs them? We need these tyres to make him last the rest of the race. There's no point fighting when you just literally burnt your tyres out. Maldi is still stuck behind Infinite here. Halifax is now right on the back of Bolero. He decides to stick back here. He wants that DRS going down the Kemmel Straight. Yes, it's going to hurt him a bit of time. But I think for the long term, that's what he wants, is the Red Bull to come back out at him. And then they'll be behind him for the whole of the next lap. Which you don't want. So he's going to sit behind him for now. He's going to pick up the DRS as Gemmo. I say that, so that's in the pit lane. And he's going to soft tyres. Okay, no, that's a strange one. Hards to softs. Here comes side effects on Bolero. Easy move there. No real competition for that. Mendes continues to look on. Jamo's got the gap down to about 5.5, about 6 seconds now. So got down a couple of seconds, but it's still got a long way to go. And Maldi, unfortunately, does not have the straight line speed. He's just losing it down in the corners. In the straight, sorry. He has it in the corners, but then he just doesn't have it on the straights. And Sant has had an oopsie in the barriers. He's lost an end plate, but nothing in terms of safety cars. Here's Maldi. Doesn't have the straight line of speed, does he? Even with no battery for the McLaren, Maldi still can't find a way past. And I'm now catching up to a bit of a slower Infinite. I know it's the other way around. I think they've just overtaken Infinite. Overtaken Daleks. Maldi's on alongside him. He goes deep. Now he's going to try to switch back here. And he's got it done. Needs to overtake to get back. Get the move done. But Maldi will now have DRS on the other McLaren. But even with the lack of battery, look how much strong his top speed is. Oh, he thinks about it. Oh, Maldi was very close to the back there to the other McLaren of Infinite, but he gets the move done, confirmed. Oh, and McLaren's round. That's Dalek. That's Daleks. I didn't see that. I think the streamer picked it up, but I was just looking at the delta, the intervals at the time, and I just saw the McLaren spin. Not sure whether that was on his own or whether it was a collision between him and Slazer. Or maybe Maldi, depending on where he was. And Maldi, oh no, sorry, Infinite has just picked up a time penalty. Now, Mendes, on the fresher tyres, is caught up to his teammate. Both of them on almost basically no battery. Will have a fight on their hands. Good for Jamo. Well, first of all, they got both upheld. Second of all, this battle is going to hurt them. But I think this might be a clean, simple overtake, I believe, for Nick Mendes. Bolero has a bit more battery in his back pocket, but nothing really to do anything major with it. He's not really using it either. It's going to be an easy move for the Red Bull driver of Nick Mendes. 3 goes. Up into P2 for now. Jamo. The gap saying 1.7, 1.6, 1.5. Half a second in the space of 3 corners. And Slazer has weeded his way through Maldi and Infinite. Soft tires. See the soft tire, the medium, the hard, the soft is working for Slazer because Slazer has the pace. But for something like Jamo, where the undercut has just, I think it's just overthrown it a little bit, to be honest. And you're having to make your way through, but by the time you've caught up, your tyres have gone off. At this point now, he's already lost those sort of the best of the tyres, and now he's continuing having to catch up here. But I mean, with that much advantage, hopefully, he can keep going. So he needs to get past Bolero first, but right now the Red Bulls are kind of pulling each other along. So it won't be easy, because Bolero will have DRS on Nick Menez if he still has it, going up Eau Rouge, because he just lost the 2/10 out of that corner there. To be honest, if Nick Menez wants to have any chances of surviving that little bit longer, I recommend trying to keep his teammate within DRS, but I don't think that's going to be the case. It looks like he tries to push him out of it, because he's both using the gap's 1,000th, 1 second. I think might just be out of it. Yeah, Bolero's just out of DRS, and here comes Jamo taking a gain down the straight here. The whole way down the straight, DRS just dragging him along nicely. And now that puts him in a nice position through sector 2. Maybe he wants to make the move in sector 2 and then get Nick Menez at the end of the lap. Depending on how Jamo sees this, he has to look at it around the inside, goes along around the outside, has a look, and can make do there. Through no name, more yellow flags, that'll be for Matador. But Nick Menez is starting to pull away now. Those mediums are just starting to drop off a little bit compared to those hards. It's not helping Jamo's mission on catching up side effects, because those laps are ticking away slowly. And I'm trying to make a move here. It's up the insides before Blanchimont. It's side by side. Oh, and he pushes right off. Both of them go off the circuit. Is that an illegal overtake for forcing a car off the track and overtaking a car whilst off the track at the same time? Was that an illegal overtake? Because he forced him off, then went off himself to get the move done. Is that a penalty? I believe it is. I believe that's a icing time penalty at least. Because you can't just barge your way through. But here goes Bolero, because Jamo's used all his battery up trying to make a silly move. And unfortunately, he's lost the position again, so he's backfired. He's punched himself in the face there. Well, even that's probably not too painful enough. More like punched in the balls. That's probably more painful. It's really backfiring, because the problem is when you do an undercut like this is that you lose places and then you've got to find your way back past, and it doesn't always go as smoothly as you want it to. You think, oh yeah, better tyres. Oh, it's raining! It's raining! I didn't know rain was on the cards here. What is going on here? This is not what I was expecting. If this track gets wet enough around lap 20, it might be worth pitting for intermediates. But if you do pit, you've got to somehow find about 25 seconds. I mean, yes, you'd be on the better tyres, but is that enough to find the way through? But knowing the way the slicks work in the wet, it might be, it might be enough, because it's such a long lap around here. Oh, Jamo gives the space, but I think there might have been a bit of contact, I'm not sure. Now going up the inside again, it's just like a move into here, but he's going to lose again with the DRS. He's going to lose DRS again, but he's not playing this very well, is Jamo. He's just getting it done, but he's not doing it properly. He's not taking, his IQ is very low, and he's not using that IQ very well either, even if it is live. And now he's back on the back foot again, and now DRS is just going to get. Jamo is making. He's just getting it done, but he's doing it too early. He needs to wait. He needs to learn that you need to wait till the camera straight, then get the move done, then use sector 2 with the tyres that you got to get away. If you're going to try and get it down in the small straight and then lose it on the big straight, you're just going to get yourself behind. Now he's up behind him again, another lap. And Bolero is probably he's probably holding Jamo up about a second a lap at least. Jamo's got a lot of pace in the pocket, but he can't use it. He's stuck behind him. If Jamo just stayed behind and at turn 1, he'd be running away right now. He'd be gone. But he's too impatient. He's too busy trying to get the moves done. Oh, never mind. It's just Matador. Never mind. I just saw your flags in front and I instantly thought, oh crap. And he comes again. It doesn't look like the rain's coming down heavily. Not enough to really make it get wet enough, considering it's a long lap around here. I don't see any shift in the track conditions. I think it might be dries for the rest of this race. I just don't think it's going to be long enough for the intermediates to really get a leverage here. Just Jamo, go for the move again. No, he backs out. He's less than this time, but unfortunately, I think it's 2 laps too late. He should have done it about 2 laps ago. But now, Bolero, look how much battery he has saved. It's the first time I've seen him above 30% this whole race. And fun enough, he's got Jamo right behind him. And now he's going to use it to his defence. Overtake it for defence, but I think that DRS is just a bit too strong. But look at the straight line speed he's got. And he's gonna try and hold it off. And he's pushed him off. Yes, he has. What a defence for Bolero. Absolute. Oh no, he's got a penalty. Never mind. He's just correct in the most terrible times. And Matador has gone on to intermediates, which is it's not intermediate tyres yet. It's not even close. I don't even see a drop. I don't even see the droplets on the circuit yet. It's still that dry. Not even close yet. Not even close. I think it might be dries for the rest of this race. Do not see this track getting wet enough anytime soon. Yeah, Jamo's made this race very difficult for himself. And the strategy has not helped. But in situations, I honestly think Jamo should have gone on to pitted early and gone for the hards. I think the softs has not worked to the way he has liked it to. The overcut doesn't always work on this game, unfortunately. It just doesn't. If it was an open space and there was no one near them, then yes, maybe it would work. But when there's this much traffic, you got to think. Is the undercut? Is the overcut? Am I going to suffer too much trying to get back through? And he's still behind now. And it's lap 21. He's been stuck behind, I think, 4 or 5 laps now. And he might finally get past. Because Bolero's got a little less overtake, but he's still got the speed. Is Bolero going to stick it back up the inside again? And Jamo finally gets the position. And there's a bit of contact, but I don't think that was Jamo's fault, to be honest. It finally gets through after about 4 or 5 laps. And it's about 4 or 5 laps too long. But now, he's not got the tyres now to catch up. He's got 6 seconds in 1.5 laps. He's not even going to be in the top 2. Unless he can get, I think, within 6 seconds of Mendes. Because I'm pretty sure he's got 2 penalties. But is he used too much of his tyres up now? Because I think those hards are now probably the better tyres to be on. Because I think those softs are just coming in a bit too. It's just lost a bit too much pace now. Those hards are still working quite nicely. And the track's still dry. So, intermediates for Matador was not the way to go, unfortunately. Just getting off circuit. Dallas has got a penalty. More yellow flags. I don't know who for. I think he was Nick Mendes. because side effects and Mendes are very close to each other. The gap is now, because the gap was 5.5, about 6 seconds. It's now 2.4. Nick Mendes has had a moment somewhere. He's not always lagging. He's not like he's starting to lag now. I think he's had a moment at the bus stop chicane. I mean, I've seen him a few times where he has lost it. That he has lost the rear in the slow speed corners, and he's got another penalty. Yep, that's his podium. Definitely gone now, for sure. That's it, gone now. I think 9 seconds is a bit too much to really hold on. I think Bolero may not even have it. I think even moving Slazer if the penalties go his way. It is the last lap of this race. Side Effects has nailed the strategy. The softs and mediums has worked very nicely for him. He's got the softs. He's hanged on his softs. He's got pitted early for the mediums. He's got the undercut. He's got the gap. He's stayed ahead of everyone. He's not got himself in any traffic. Saying that, he's got a very slow Ferrari ahead of him. That's not Matador. It's Rafita. And it's despite 4 laps of rain, it has not got wet enough to continue on his dry tyres. And here comes Side Effects across the line. I think Championship might be sealed it. Maybe not confirmed, but definitely got one hand on that championship. Nick Mendes, P2. Jamo, P3, but Jamo got a P2 on penalties. Nick Mendes, I think he might drop down to P4 here. He doesn't. He holds on. I think Bolero had 2 penalties himself. And then Slazer was just too far behind to actually make a chance of those penalties because he had a penalty himself. Anthony P6, Melody P7. Infinite will finish P8. And Daleks will finish P9. Pirlo will finish in a very lonely P10. Vita in a very lonely P11. He's not even doing. Oh, he's already finished. This guy's been lapped. So yeah, Matador retired on the final lap, but he will be classified, but he won't get any points anyway. Pirlo just coming to wait for him to finish off his lap time, his race off here. And it's still not wet enough yet for intermediates, so it's definitely not a good choice to go on intermediate. So everyone listen to Jeff. And that is the race done and dusted. Pirlo does pick up a point. That is your podium finishers for tonight. That race was no safety cars. It was that race was a lot faster than Tier 2. Tier 2 felt like it went forever. That race went pretty quickly. Amazing what no safety cars can do. And considering it's Tier 3, that's very surprising. As far as no one bended a bloody Radion or something. Well, Jai did get fastest lap, but unfortunately he could have had an extra 7 points to his name, but no. Anyway, Side Effects was the winner there of the Belgian Grand Prix. Jamo P2, Nick Mendes P3, Slazer P4, Betfort Bolero in P5 with extra penalty. Mendes managed to hold on for the podium, but did lose second place. Anthony P6, Melody P7 after having that bump with one of the Red Bull drivers at lap 1, turn 1, and I think his race was just stayed there from then on around that sort of bit area. Infinite P8, Daleks P9, Pirlo P10, Mafita a lap down in P11, so has Sant. Matador retired a lap earlier, P13, and Nadine SR Nova only. And he crashed and it didn't cause a safety car. That's the only real chance of a penalty as a safety car, and it never happened. Oh, it's only Salafox and Jamo. Do I give him an interview? Nah, no. I don't think Jamo wanted to interview, and I think Salafox does interviews. And I think Jamo might be talking. I think he talks for his Xbox party anyway. So I don't know. I'll just end it off there because like anyone cares anyway. But yep, it'll come out for next week. Do not miss it because it is 10 fucking years of STB. 10 years since the league started. 10 years ago. Coming next week. I believe it's on the day of the Tier 1 race. I believe. It might be Tier 2, I'm not sure. 10 years, obviously. Season 25. Gone through, I believe, 11 games. I've been on this league for, I believe, on 8 games since 2016. So, yeah, it's been a while, but come back for 7 for Monza, and it's going to be a great race. Obviously, Monza always brings great battles and great racing if it goes down to plan. We will see you then, back at 7 o'clock, back in Mardi, back in the Combox for the T1 race, back at Monza. We will see you then, and goodbye.